It is once again a great pleasure to speak with you, my brothers and sisters. I am Robert, a humble messenger of the Law of One. It is my privilege to share with you conscious channeling of LL research. And now it's my pleasure to share with you a message from QO. We are those known to you as the principle of QO. Greetings in the love and light of the one infinite creator. We come to speak with you through this instrument this evening. May we say what a great privilege it is to be with you and to be called to your circle of seeking. When we hear one whose focus is so crystal clear, it is far more easy to express our thoughts without fearing we will interfere with your free will. The very questions that you ask, my sister, concerning who you are, why you are here, and what you have left to do, define for us your ethical clarity and your character as a personality. We would not have to examine you further than that question to be able to tell you that you are on task, not only as a soul, but also as a wanderer. As a soul, my sister, you are on track because you are alive. As a wanderer, you are on track because you are remembering who you are. You have awakened to the possibility of being here for a purpose. You are beginning to believe that you shall flower and bloom in the service of the one infinite creator in the time left in your incarnation. As part of the creative principle of this planet, and a steward of the spirit of this planet and of its people, you have the rest of your days to pursue the infinite subtleties of your incarnational lessons, those things which keep repeating in your life, and discovering that which is acutely new to your consciousness, but which has been coming together in your subconscious mind through time in incarnation. The great advantage of being past the first blush of youth is the sheer repetition of patterns that constitute the material from which you draw catalysts, as well as your opportunities for evolution and service. When an entity within incarnation awakens and grasps the basics of choice, that entity becomes a magical being. And so you have become a magical being, my sister. The challenge for you now lies in your ability to persevere with utmost dedication and focus on service while simultaneously releasing your expectations, so that those things which are new may flow into your pattern with the least possible resistance. We do not say this simply to you, my sister, for you are part of a very large group of entities. And we should say, we talk about not only one group of entities, but groups of such groups that have all come together as planned to help to shift the consciousness of this beloved planet, which you have so enjoyed, and which you so dearly, dearly wish to serve at this time. That which shall freely shift consciousness upon this planet cannot be found in the patterns of your culture. Although a listening ear may hear them in the patterns of your religions, the public and overt side of religion has left those voices out. Those voices of love must be your voices, and they must sing a new song. And they must not do this only individually, they must do this globally. And so it is occurring as more and more entities awaken. You and many others shall conspire in the name of love to create an increasingly powerful paradigm that is new. How shall that novelty be shaped? When that which you already know has proven to be ineffective. Where do you find your sturdiness? Where do you find the heart of meaning? We ask you these questions because it is in your hands rather than ours. It is in the hands of the people of this planet rather than in the hands of those who would serve and help you to make the choices that open you to becoming a being capable of creating outside the cultural box. We lift you to a beacon, and that beacon is yourself. We ask you to see yourself for the first time, clearly and lucidly. Light coursing through you, my brothers and sisters, not from you. There is no effort to being who you are. There is only the removal of blockage from the passage of light. And you do not have to move the furniture of your life out of the way of this light. You have only to check and be sure that it has not gotten rumpled and thusly has obscured the passage of this light. Make sure that chimney which goes through your heart and out into the waiting world can open very safely, very clearly, and very cleanly. As that energy flows through you, allow it to rise, and note and observe that which keeps it from rising. When you have a chance, sit down and look at that again and see what you think. How can you nudge that rug or that chair or that little side table or emotion or opinion or judgment out of the way? Don't manage it. Love it. Appreciate it. You spent years coming to those opinions. Value them. Just don't let them block the light. My sister, you share with this instrument a tendency towards earnestness. This is not a bad thing. It works well in a culture which tends to pacify and patronize women. You are proof against such things. You will persevere. You will keep on with that seeking, which is the heart of your heart, and that is good. Remember always, and we say that also to this instrument, to lighten up, to relax, to enjoy, to cherish and relish the tiny things that seem silly and make you smile. For these too give you power. Rest your soul and create balance in your life. I would like to say this to you, my friends. In meditation, for you to contemplate, my dear friends, when you move into that part of yourself where the seeds of your questions truly lie, and from which they grow into that bloom which is yourself within incarnation, you move into common ground. You move into nested realities of who you are. You are you, of course, within incarnation. You are the only you that ever was and ever will be. But you are nested into your soul stream along with all of the yous that you have created in many blooming incarnations. You are a full garden of beings in one. You are nested into your soul group, which is nested into the entire social clan, which decided to come to planet Earth to be part of the light and the love of the one infinite creator. And this is nested into your being, a part of Earth itself, the tribe of Earth which you became when you took flesh and laced your soul carefully into the substance of the mind, the body, and the spirit of that entity which sits within this room this evening and is able to share energy with us. And all of this is nested into order of magnitude after order of magnitude until you are the one infinite creator. All is run not simply from the top down, but from the tiniest iota of being upwards. And each iota of that universe of the creation contains the creation within it. We say that within you lies rivers and oceans of purified emotion that constitute an archetypical world. You can touch into emotion that has moved through all of its more shallow expressions and into that which is beautiful and pure of its kind, leached of pity and impurity, sorrow and anger, until the emotion you experience is the essence of sorrow, the essence of pain, the essence of impatience. When you move into those archetypical rivers of purified emotion, you become more and more aware of what kind of being you are. What an exotic, complicated, and unimaginably complex, multi-layer being you are. It is stunning, and when you could see how stunning you are, you see that all of your imperfections add power. You begin to see how beautiful everyone else is because you have forgiven yourself for that imperfection. And now you are ready to see the beauty of everyone else too. As you get to this level, you begin to see that who you are changes the deeper that you go. At the bottom of that digging is a place in your heart where you are unconditional love. In that place, the Christ waits for you. To some entities, the Christ is a being, a person with eyes and hands and a voice. To some entities, Christ is the energy, the creative principle that created the world, wrapped up in a cloak which any entity may choose to prepare the self to wear. The cloak of love that is unconditional may be seen as a crown. It may be seen as a mother nursing its child. It may be seen as the figure of the Christ washing the feet of his disciples and saying, "Follow me and be the servant of those you love." It is difficult to discuss being itself. Words fail, and we can use only metaphors, stories, and well-known and even cliché figures to describe the world in which that energy resides. Who you are and where you came from are things that evolve into your conscious awareness very naturally, little by little, throughout an incarnation if you are interested. Except for those whose karma it is, shall we say, to discover specific information. Generally, that information level is not given to you. What is given to you is the resonance. When you're ripe, when you sense into something that is most deeply you and expresses where you may have been. Look then for that resonance. Wait for that feeling within yourself. The energy within yourself will move when you run into something that speaks to you. When it does, take yourself seriously. If you can't think about it right away, note it down and think about it later. We truly are all one, and you shall find that one of the great advantages of third density has been to block you from the knowledge of all of that, so that you may pursue the heart of your seeking in a much more focused way. Know that your heart will lead you in the right direction. Know that you are never alone. Your guidance is with you. Many angelic presences surround you. The world of nature is very aware of you and responds to every heartbeat and every footfall of your life. It is an interactive universe, and all of it is in love with you. And all of it thanks you so much for loving it. Keep that feeling. Remember it and let it bring you home to yourself. We find that this instrument's energy does wane at this time, and so we would leave this instrument and this group in the love and the light of the one infinite creator. I am Qo Adone. Adone.